All information contained in this podcast is general in nature and does not consider your individual circumstances. You should consider the appropriateness of this information with regards to your individual objectives, financial situation, and needs. Welcome to Sharing More Than the Sheets, a podcast to help you and your partner make better financial and lifestyle decisions so that you can both focus on the things that you love. I'm your host, Michael Curry, financial planner, green thumb, husband, and just dad. This segment is called Michael's Magic Moment. It's my opportunity to play a little snippet from one of our previous episodes, which resonated with our listeners, that I received feedback from, or I felt really had an impact on some people's lives. Hope you enjoy. In today's episode of Michael's Magic Moment, we go back to episode number 22 with JJ. Now, if you haven't heard of JJ, he's an international speaker, YouTuber, magician, actor, TV host, and now God knows what he's doing. JJ is one of the most successful people that I know on an international stage, and a lot of that success, I would say, is to do with the confidence that he has when he performs, when he talks, when he interacts with people. Now, in this episode, I had him on as a guest talking about pulling the trigger, talking about confidence, about just doing it, not being too scared to do things, not being too scared of failure. And we talked about confidence. We talked about this thing that some people feel they don't have, and they feel some people might get it naturally. They might just be naturally confident, human beings. And some people feel that they may never be confident. And for me, this topic is so important because when I'm talking to others, when I'm talking to clients, I see so many times that confidence is the thing that is stopping them from achieving what they want to do. Whether it's a job promotion, whether it's setting up a business, whether it's asking a girl or a guy out on a date, whether it's putting themselves out there if they're talented and they should be showing the world their talents and putting it to good use. Confidence so many times is one of the biggest factors that holds people back. In this episode, he gives some amazing tips on confidence, different ways to look at confidence, and he really opened up my eyes to a few points, especially around the things we tell ourselves inside our head. Now, I can honestly say that me as a person, I've never been an amazingly confident person, and it's just something that I've worked on over the years, and I've grown to have the confidence to be able to speak in public and to talk to a complete stranger sometimes. And it's one of those things that I've personally had to work on. So a lot of what he said, I really appreciated, and personally, I got a lot out of it. So I hope you learn a lot from this episode. I hope maybe you'll take away a little nugget of gold. You might even know someone that you should share this episode with that you think would benefit just from listening, or even go back to episode 22 that we did and just have a listen to the whole episode, because either you'll get something out of it or you know someone that will.
Confidence comes from, no one's born with confidence. Your confidence comes from experience. Like Mike, you're in the finance game, right? Like how have you been able to make a living, service clients, and make them happy? You've done that from learning the hard way of being a financial planner and working in the money space, and you're confident to talk about that subject matter because you've had experience in it for a long time. And that applies to the same thing with life. Confidence comes from experience, and that's how you really can be a supercharge to yourself and to other things you do in life by having that old school belief in yourself. Confidence, from how I explain it, is belief in yourself 100% in your abilities and what you can do. And with that, it's like that mindset, right? That's where it starts. And then when you realize you can do one thing really well, or well enough for you to achieve what you want to achieve, then you go, could I try this? And could I try that? And could I try this? And then you start to feel like, wow, I can do it, and I can do it again. And
yes.
What I've realized is it's not as much about being confident in the activity. For example, like let's say you love bachata dancing, right? Of course, like I'm not a great bachata dancer, right? if I went to a bachata like club, would I be confident to walk on stage and grab a hot, cute girl and dance with her? Probably not, right? But I'm confident in my confidence that I know that I'm not, to go up and ask anyway and be cool and be, hey, listen, I'm still listening. I'm still trying to be a better dancer, but I'm confident in my abilities of who I am as a whole, right? To be able to voice that. So in my opinion, in regards to your question, confidence is really the core key, right? But and I thank you for bringing that up, because I feel like so many people don't talk about it more, and more people, in my opinion, from the people I've met from traveling around the world and speaking in 30 countries, like, you don't just want to be confident in one thing, right? Because that's that kind of seesaw thing. You'll be super confident or super experienced and super current and relevant in one thing, but I would rather be confident in a bigger aspect. I'd be confident in all of my abilities to talk, to speak, to communicate, to sell, to go and make money, to go travel to another country. So I think for a lot of people, like, they need to learn how to have that more belief in themselves. And how do they do that? Comes back to your core question. Is the only way you're going to know is you're going to have to go try, and you're going to have to go fail, and you have to go, well, that didn't work, that worked, that I'm going to have to change that. But most people don't even do that. And I think that's why most people sit at this level 5 out of 10 of confidence, where they know they can do more, but they're not willing to fail, to get better, to improve their confidence.
Yes, that makes a lot of sense. And you mentioned believing, and I think that's a massive part of it, because for me, when I talk about what I do with money and things with clients, for example, I can do it very easily because I believe in even what I'm saying. And I believe in, you're right, in a way I believe in myself, because I've helped people and I've seen that difference. But I guess some people can also be really fake and do it really well in a fake way, because I know some people that, for example, if you gave them like that type of dancing that you said before, I don't even know how to say it, but if you said to someone, bachata, if you said to someone, hey, can you do this dancing, and they've never heard of it, they can confidently say, yes, I can, and probably make it look like they're doing it really well. But I'm assuming that's a small portion of the population. There's not many people that can fake it without believing in themselves.
Right. And there's a thing in LA and a thing in the entertainment city of the world. That's why I'm here, right? That's why I came here in the first place, was you fake it till you make it, right?
Yep.
And that does help a little bit, because what happens sometimes is you put yourself in a place. It's sort of like you go, well, you know what? I'm just going to see what I can do, fake it a little bit and fake the confidence, right?
Yep.
Usually to fake the confidence that I don't have the confidence. And then eventually that gets you in the door, and then you start to build the confidence. But at the end of the day, like, that belief, as
you don't believe in yourself,
man,
it won't last.
And it goes back to those core songs. And I hate to bring up Justin Bieber right now, but he goes, you got to love yourself. Like, and it's a very aloof, like, no, guys, people listening to this might be rolling their eyes right now, like, all right, Jay, like, love yourself. But like, love yourself, believe in yourself. Like, if more people at least tried to understand how to be better at that, they would realize a lot of the other things that aren't working would be easier for them to work out, because it does stem from that. I work with clients that we help them get to the next level mentally, and also, with their career as well. But, it starts from their mindset. And most of the time, it's not the strategy. They know what they need to do, within context, right? It's just that when you tell them, they're scared. They're scared to try. We all are. But I go, okay, I understand you're scared. So why are you scared? Okay, because it's unknown. Great. You fear of getting rejected. Great. But a lot of that time comes from that kind of self-belief, right? That I have to give them permission. I have to believe in them before they believe in themselves, and go, hey man, you can do it. I'm here every step of the way. You got to jump though, dude. And when they realize they jump and they don't die, then they go, oh shit, I can start to fly.
Yeah, because like what you said before, it's trying and failing. Because if you don't try, you won't actually know if it's going to happen. And I think it's sometimes that fear of failure as well, which is what holds people back.
The fear of rejection, man, is a very. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if there's like 5 of the core key reasons why most people don't. I'm always asking people, like, why aren't most people successful in their own way in life, right? And I use that successful word as a term for each person, because everyone listening right now has a different version of what success means to them, right?
Yes.
But for most people want to achieve a certain amount of things. And as we all know, most people in life don't. They're not hitting their own personal goals and targets. And I'm always asking people, why? Like, what is that? Like, what is it? What is it really? Is it strategy? Is it resources? Is it like location? No, a lot of the time, man, from what I come asking a lot of people of all different ages and in many different countries, it's the feeling of, I'm scared. I'm scared of the unknown. And as humans, that's the terrible thing about us being humans, right? Our human DNA, we're lazy, protected creatures. We don't, we'd love to be lazy. That's really hard to make sure that you're disciplined to like, hey, don't sleep in till 12. You can't just not do anything. We're these creatures of habit, and creatures can be lazy. So,
and we have comfort zones.
We have comfort zones. Yeah, man. But what I realized, and thank you for bringing that up, what I realized is that comfort zones are based on what you're telling yourself your comfort zone is. Does that make sense? People limit themselves by their limiting beliefs of where they are comfortable. Well, who told you that? Dude, I get people all the time. Do you ever get this, Mike? I'm an introvert. I get this all the time. Yeah. This is probably my favorite limiting belief, right? Michael, I'm an introvert. And I let them finish.
100%.
And I go, okay. I'll say, okay, so what are you again? I'm an introvert. Okay, great. Who told you that? And they go, what do you mean? I said, who told you you're an introvert? And they go, I did. I said, exactly. What are you telling yourself each day? I'm an introvert. That means I can't be like this. No one said that. Give me 60 letters by clinical psychologists that have told you that you are this person. You need to stop telling you need to be careful of what you're telling yourself every day, man. You need to be careful of like, what are you putting in your brain, in your mind every day? Are you telling yourself you're a winner, or I'm an introvert, I'm scared, I don't know what to do, and I'm not him. I wasn't lucky. Dude, that's not a winning mindset, man. That's not going to help you if you're feeling that in your mind every day. Do you think that's going to take you to the next level or take you back further?
That's so true. And also on that note as well, even if somebody actually was an introvert, I guess why would that hold them back as well? Because I'm personally, if you had to ask me, I'd say I probably am an introvert myself. I'm normally the loudest person in the room. That's only because I want to be the loudest person in the room. But personally speaking, I'm more than comfortable just sitting at home. But I don't let that stop me from saying something if I want to say it, or influencing people or helping people.
Right.
Thanks for joining us on Sharing More Than the Sheets. Please make sure you subscribe to be updated with future episode releases. And feel free to share this episode with any friends or family that you think it might benefit. Please visit us at sharingmorethanthesheets.com.au to submit questions or requests for future podcast topics. These podcasts have been brought to you by Better Financial Planning Australia. To book a 15-minute phone chat, visit betterfinancialplanning.com.au.